Hello, my fellow viewers and subscribers, and this is Superchocolatemilkshake. Technically, well, okay, I'm in the closet right now. It's a quiet place, and personally, I didn't want to disturb anybody else because they're all sleeping, except for me. I've been having a very hard time of sleeping recent. In fact, this whole thing has been kind of happening since, like, the beginning of last January. It was a bit on and off, but then eventually it got to a point where it just remained pretty much on, where I've been having a very, very hard time finding sleep. And I think part of it has to do with the fact that, well, maybe I might be, I feel like I've been dealing with a lot of stress of late. Personally, last year was like a very stressful year. I cannot stress enough how stressful of a year last year truly was. Um, because, let's just say things didn't go very well for me last year. Um, I lost my job more than once last year. Once, the last time being the most permanent time. Honestly, if that wasn't a sign to just leave my job, I don't know what is. But honestly, I should have just left it, should have just walked away from it, left it all behind, and went for something different, and went for something new, but I didn't. And I was stubborn, and I was dumb about not trying to do something a little bit different with my life. But then, of course, also I have this other stigma, too, that, unfortunately, I really don't fit in with other jobs as well either. That's another one of my minor problems I have too, and that's also what stresses me out because every time I submit an application, I wonder, are they going to like me? Are they going to read my application? Are they even going to acknowledge anything on my application? Are they going to, you know, say, oh, you maybe, because I don't know, I've been rejected a lot of times from jobs before, and also I have been rejected from also, when I have gotten the job, well, let's just say my track record with jobs isn't necessarily the best. Um, the longest I've ever held a job outside of McDonald's is possibly 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. That is it. There was one job I only held for one. There was one job I held for two. There was one job I managed to hold for three. And right now, one job I am hoping to hold for at least 4 months. And so far, it's been good so far. It's my current job, thankfully, so I am very grateful for that little opportunity. But right now, I'm kind of dealing with a bit of a stress thing that kind of transferred over from 2019. And to be honest, it's been keeping me up at night. It's been keeping me awake, staring at the ceiling, and I don't like it. I don't like it in any way, shape, or form. I want to get out of this rut. I want to get out of my own little pit that I dug myself, okay? Basically, when it comes down to it, I actually wasn't intending this video to be out first. I was actually intending to... I wasn't intending to make this video at all, but then my mind went, no, John, if you don't talk about it, then you'll never get the chance to talk about it ever again. And to be honest, it's better to unload, even if it's to an audience or if it's just to directly a camera. I'm fine with that. I am completely fine with that because, to be honest, I need to talk about it. I need to let it go. I need to move on because whatever happened happened. It's in the past. I need to learn to grow with it. Maybe that's kind of why I'm locked up inside a closet with nothing more than just a little trouble light to help light up the area and help make the camera work like it should. And honestly, it's not the best of cameras. In fact, when it comes down to it, what you're seeing right now is pretty much an edited video where I kind of edited it to be more of a widescreen video more than anything, but, details, details. Anyway, like I said, last year was just too rough on me. I mean, and what really got to me was when I started working 6-day weeks, and most of those days were pretty much from 5 a.m. in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm sorry, but what kind of work conditions are that? Without breaks? I mean, even out here in Wyoming, you should be at least allowed or obligated to give out a break if somebody's going to be working that long, because that is beyond the 9 to 5. That is like murder. That is just pure down heart. downright murder for you. And honestly, it got to me. It stressed me out. And, you know, I'm just going to be honest. That job was starting to get to me by the end of it anyway, because I'm going to be honest. The first 3 years were great, okay? They went smoothly. Granted, there was one small bump along the way, but even then, it was just a minor setback. And you know what? I had fun at it, despite the fact that it was a job that I technically didn't like. I mean, admittedly, I am going to admit that I didn't like it. I mean, there's nothing like being honest. But to be honest, yeah, eventually it caught up with me. And, well, well, that's kind of the situation that I'm in right now. Where basically, yeah, I kind of have that whole, ugh, I don't know if I'm going to get kicked out of the house or not eventually. I don't know if I'm going to, well, I don't know if I'm going to be kicked out of the house recently, and I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things that are still up in the air. Personally, I want to move out, experience life on my own, and try to live on my own, but at the same time, I'm also worried that, you know what, I may fail at that, I may not be too good with it, and I don't know. Sometimes I fear that some people may not accept me for who I really am. I shouldn't let that be a fear. I mean, I really shouldn't, but at the same time, I really do fear that. That's kind of why I have a hard time submitting applications for jobs. That is why I have a hard time. Probably why I have such a hard time getting a job anyway, because, you know, some people actually don't accept me for who I am. Some people really don't like my creative outlook on life, or my different outlook on life. Some people really don't like the fact that sometimes I just can't sit still. I mean, quite literally, you can see me fidgeting back and forth here. It's a part of an ADHD thing, trust me. But anyway, um, yeah, yeah. It's a complicated thing. It's very hard to say, but like I said, I kind of wanted to talk about this, wanted to get it out of my mind, and I wanted to say something about it. Because, like I said, I think most of the stress that I'm dealing with has transferred over from 2019, and honestly, I want to get rid of it. I want to leave it behind. I want to put it in the past. I want to look forward and do some great things, and do some fun things, and do some really wonderful things with this channel. I have several videos that are right now in the works right now, personally, behind the scenes, where I am just having a blast, you know. And also, I have been having a bit of a blast editing some of these videos and going kind of all out. I haven't done this in like a really long time now. I mean, honestly, I've actually been learning a bit more about Power Director. I've been learning a little more about what I can do with it, even if it's in still version 17, and right now they're on currently version 18, probably due to release a version 19 sometime middle of the year. I am learning quite a bit about it, and honestly, I am enjoying it, personally. I'd like to get back to editing videos for this channel again. I would like to do a little bit better this year, as you all know. I mean, you all seen the schedule update. And personally, I do have my own personal goals too. I kind of want to discuss some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. And yeah, yeah. It's not easy, like I said. I'm dealing with my own stress. It's been keeping me up at night, and it's been really kind of driving me nuts overall. It's, like I said, it's not easy to deal with. It's not. I wish I could just say, stress, go away, and expel it from my mind, you know, like, boo, whew, it's gone. But, you know, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Sometimes it's better to talk about it and open up about the fact that you're stressed than to, you know, keep it in and build up even more stress, because that doesn't help. And granted, I don't know if there's going to be anybody that's going to watch this video. Granted, I don't know if people are going to like this video. But you know what? I don't care. I mean, if it helps me feel better, it helps me feel better. If I get mocked for it, I get teased for it, I get pushed around for it, fine. Fine. I'll take the harassment. But just to let you know, we all get this way. I mean, seriously. When hasn't been there a time when, you know, you feel that amount of stress and sometimes it just gets to you and, you know, you can't really shake it, no matter what you can do. I mean, seriously. It's not a bad thing to open up about these things, okay? It's not a bad thing to talk about. You can talk about it with me. You can talk about it with your mom. You can talk about it with your dad. Hopefully you can have, well, or at least I hope you can talk about it with those people anyway, because, you know, they should be the closest ones to you. But if not, I mean, you can always talk to me. I mean, I'm open on all channels. You can check out my Discord. I'm on there. You can check out my Discord server. I mean, I'm on there pretty much most of the time. So if you want to talk to me there, go right ahead. If you want to contact me on Twitter, I won't be able to get back to you right away, but I'll try to get back to you as soon as I possibly can because I'm not on Twitter as much as I used to be. In fact, I just checked Twitter today, and I checked that my last post happened in November. So, you know, and that's part of the whole stress thing and the part of still being 25 and living with my parents. I'm trying to hide the fact that I'm doing that, but, you know, it's really apparently obvious still. It's embarrassing, really. And I guess it probably doesn't help with the fact that I'm stressed and all that other stuff, so, yeah. Well, no, I'm not 25. I forgot. I'm 23. I'm 23, sorry. I forget my own age. I am easily forgetting my own age, because I think that's part of the whole stress thing. It's kind of wearing years off of me, and I really need to let it go. But like I said, there was a lot that happened to me last year, and personally, it affected me greatly. It affected my performance on this channel, it affected my performance in real life, it affected my performance on almost everything. It was devastating for me, and personally, I wish I just want to grow out of it. That's all. It's going to be a bit of a journey. Of course. Of course. It's not going to be easy either, but I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can. I'll try to make this a better year for this channel. So far I have. I've been able to get at least one video uploaded per week so far, if you haven't noticed. So I'm happy for that, because, you know, now it feels like I'm actually doing something, and I'm trying to get the ball rolling as slowly as I possibly can. Hopefully by February, I'm going to go full steam on my first part of the schedule, and then hopefully by May, I might be able to go full steam on the second phase of my schedule. So, honestly, I really hope that would happen, and I really hope that some of you guys would start showing me some support, and I really hope that along the way, other people will come and find my channel and to come to help support me as well, and help me to grow, and help me to develop, and help me to make myself a better person, and to help, you know, develop a community, you know, a community that cares for each other. A community that doesn't really worry about labels, doesn't really worry about, you know, what job you have, how much money you have, you know. I mean, granted, even if I have a Patreon and I may ask you for money, I am not going to beg, okay? I'm not going to force you to pay me because, you know, I feel that's wrong. The only time I'll probably ever feel like, only time I'll probably ever ask you for money is if I feel like there's really a need to be paid. Like, for example, if I develop a game, you don't know how much stress and hard work goes into that. Seriously, it's better to have you pay me than to, you know, have myself go completely insane and end up driving myself broke, you know? But fair is fair, right? But anyway, I hope I cleared out some water. Hopefully, I've gotten some of the stress off my mind. I relieved myself because, you know, it's hard for me to sleep. It's been very hard for me to sleep. It's not because I have the electronic stimulation. It's not because of any of that. It's just because I don't know why. I just have been having a hard time with sleeping. Sometimes I just get out of bed and I pace around the house for a little bit because, unfortunately, I can't sleep and I feel like I'm just too energized to, and I don't know why. So, anyway, I hope some of you got to the end of the video. I hope that some of you will be there to help support me through some of my more rougher times. I mean, if you have supported me through my rougher times, then I greatly thank you. Because, like I said, you don't know how much that means to me. I've been struggling with, quite a few things of recent. Personally, I've struggled with quite a few things of last year, and honestly, there were quite a few things I struggled with towards the end of 2018 as well. Considering that, you know, there was a lot of things that happened at the end of 2018, and I think that's kind of what ended up kicking off 2019 to be a pretty bad year, beyond the fact that, well, the very first thing I did right out of the gate was I lost my job, and I didn't have it for about a month. Yeah, I know. That should have been my first sign to just leave and not look back, just not worried about McDonald's anymore, even if that meant I had to be out on the street begging for scraps. Because personally, like I said, like I said. But like I said, I'm just looking for the support. So if you want to give me any support in any way, shape, or form that you can, then why don't you just hit that like button? Also, be sure to subscribe. Comment down below. If you're going through the same thing, good, then I can relate. If you need to talk to me, you can talk to me. Or if you feel like if you want to talk to me and technically have the reverse scenario where basically you're telling me how to deal with my stress and how I should probably handle it and how I should be taking some things right now, then yeah, go right ahead. Granted, I mean, I don't think your solutions will be my ultimate cure-all for my problem, but you know what? Any progress is better than no progress, am I right? I mean, if you get somewhere, at least you're going. Well, I mean, if you're going somewhere, at least you're going somewhere. It's really hard to say. It's like taking. It's kind of like walking. I mean, you don't move unless you pick up your feet and move. You can't go anywhere unless you do something. I mean, action require. I mean, things require action. A lot of things require action. So like I said. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent here. I kind of need to end this video here. Hopefully it helps me get some of the things off my mind, and if it doesn't fully, well, I'll probably put it down a comment and pin it to the top saying, you know what, it hasn't worked, but, I hope that some of you guys will be behind me and show me as much support as you possibly can. Because right now, I kind of need it. And yeah. So anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. Actually, the next video I'm probably going to be releasing is going to be a video that was meant to be uploaded at the end of December, but somehow ended up in the middle of January. So, I'm going to be honest with you. I was running a bit behind. And then, of course, I also do have a couple other ridiculous videos, and one video that I'm actually going to require another voice actor for, but I'll get to it when I get to it. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next video anyway. So this is Super Chocolate Milkshake, signing off.